Let me show you some data on operating effectiveness. Why is backlog important? Well, one of the reasons why backlog is important is it is very costly to run high backlog campuses. Those presidents that are here are going to tell you we've got buildings that are costing us a lot of money to run. We did a study where we compared campuses on high backlog campus, or the cost of running the campus on high backlog versus low backlog campuses. So on the right, we found that campuses that had high backlogs were running about $4.42 a square foot for daily service. This is just the daily repair costs of going out and maintaining the buildings and all the work orders. And they were spending about 22 cents a square foot on planned and preventive work. The low backlog campuses were spending $3.95 on daily service and 2 cents more a square foot on planned maintenance. Look at the difference here, 50 cents a square foot. If you could save 50 cents a square foot by coming up with a capital program that targeted the worst buildings, fix those, convert your high backlog campuses to low backlog campuses with 32 million square feet, 50 cents a square foot adds up, $16 million, and it added up in this system. And so they began to focus their capital program using our analysis to say, here are the projects that we need to do that are going to have the greatest impact and are going to save money in the long run in terms of daily operations. Take a look also what happened, same system. By doing more planned and preventive work, they were able, over a period of 4 years, to actually reduce the number of total work orders on campus. Now, you can always reduce work orders on campus, but maybe things aren't going to look as good. But based on our inspection scores from 2005 to 2009, the actual campus appearance and maintenance went up, improved. Why? Because they're doing more planned and preventive proactive work. When you deal with those buildings that are giving you the biggest problems and fix them, you can become more proactive. It's not so reactive anymore. And that's part of our whole process of stewardship, to create a more proactive, a better investment pattern, a more proactive way of dealing with campus facilities. Take a look at what happened to the total system. This system we started working with in 2004 showed them that actually the amount of money they were spending on planned and preventive maintenance was very, very low compared to nationwide. They got their facility directors together as a group, identified the best practices within the system, because in fact we did have some campuses within that system doing a great job, and they increased by 45% the amount of resources dedicated to planned maintenance. How did they do it? Energy savings and reducing daily service work orders. They didn't spend more money. They just reallocated the money they had to become much more effective and high value and increased value. Same system. 20% reduction in energy costs over a period of from 2003 to 2010. Take a look at some of the individual campuses. This system went in and targeted those campuses that were having the biggest problems on energy, helped them out by providing them some capital funding for infrastructure, but also went on a system-wide program of energy conservation. And we found that they were able to reduce 20%. What's interesting is that at 120,000 BTUs per square foot, they've still got another 20% to go before they'll be a best practice as an institution. So they've made a lot of progress, and we were there just yesterday in this state with the state board, with all the 14 presidents in the system, and we said, you've done a great job, but you still got a ways to go to become the best. So that's where the benchmarking really comes in to see how you're doing against other systems.